can you turn the TV on?
Freestyle.
Alright. 3. Good afternoon. This is Excellence's Understatement Podcast with Meijah and Tevin here, and we're back again. How y'all feeling today? Tired. Yeah, man, we gotta work.
I was about to say that.
We gotta work.
I feel like how it feels like outside right now.
Yeah.
Snap weather.
Yeah. I feel you, bro. Yep. And for our YouTube viewership, you can definitely see, that we probably tired right now. But we here with it, you know what I'm saying? Shoot. Why are we so tired? Like, we not nobody working.
Staying in the house, like, when you're limited, you just be like, no, this nap sound.
But they say too though, like if you rest too much, you're actually more tired. So it's possibly a thing.
Shoot, I just woke up from a nap. I'm tired.
Case in point.
Yeah. Like all I want to do is probably right after the podcast, I might try to smack Tevin around in some Smash Bros before he dips, if he wants to, and then I'll probably just
another motherfucker.
I might just eat some snacks and go to sleep after this, to be real. No. But
so that's y'all plans afterwards?
Well, no, I'm randomly throwing it out there. Like I feel like playing that.
Game that I like.
Try to catch it.
No, I haven't. Yo, look, no, because that was my game growing up. I've had it from 64. No, from 64 to 64. The GameCube to Wii U to the Switch. And now there's more time. I wanna get good again. I used to murk the bitches in that game.
I bring my 9-year-old nephew over and whoop everybody in this room and probably any game possible. That little dude is.
Yeah. Some little kids be addicted.
What?
Yeah, man, as soon as you get online, you sound black. The white kids be on the other line. Hello, monkey. Have you seen the Dragon Ball Z meme?
Yes.
It's like Frieza with his chest poked out. Black guy Frieza online game. White kids on other end. Hello, monkey.
What's your mama?
I got your monkey.
like they be getting. Apparently that's how they be wilding out on Fortnite.
I wish man, see your address.
Or something like.
See,
I would low key.
It would legitimately be like, I want all the smoke all game long.
Yeah.
I will kill every time. Pow! They go monkey for you. Pow! They go another fucking man. I make him want to get out the game.
Hey, monkey got his banana clip too. What's happening? Like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, but I mean, shoot, man.
That's a lot.
But y'all already know what it is. Like we of course, most of all, we've been social distancing.
This is not distancing.
Well, I'm not making sure. There's at least a foot in between me and Meijah.
I mean, well,
pollen.
I'm a little limited.
Pollen. Hey, it was pollen. God damn it.
I see all y'all, people so-called suffering from allergies on the internet.
I know
trying to say.
It's only a few things in this world that fuck me up, and pollen is definitely number one of them.
No, for real though, all the allergy people are writing online. Like, speak up for them. Like, how's it going for y'all?
Listen.
I read an article somewhere that said Georgia's pollen count is the record high, second highest in the state. Everything's yellow, yo. I just walk outside and see Dust tornadoes, pollen tornadoes, yellow tornadoes.
You look at my car. My white Charger is yellow right now.
My car yellow too. I'm ready for all this stuff to like clear out so I can go with this and wash my car.
Yeah.
I'm so ready for it. But now like my allergies have started Friday. You feel me? Like coming home and
like
seeing
it
all
gets
this
to a
pollen.
certain severity.
Yeah. So then when I got home, man, I'm like, babe, I'm dying in this motherfucker. You feel me? I didn't have Rona, but look, I just felt like my nose was like getting stopped up and stuff. So I took some allergy medicine. Every 12 hours I was taking Benadryl and Mucinex. So by Sunday night I was straight. I was like, I feel good. You told me I'm gonna go to work because I called out on Friday. Man, I went up this morning to go, start my car and like it's pollen on my car. So I get in, I'm like, God damn, like I feel a little sun.
I might as well let that go. That pollen ain't going nowhere. I'm not washing my car till mid or early. Yeah.
I wonder what it is in the body that makes you pollen resistant or not.
I don't know. You might want to look that up. But look, you know what? I got a coupon in the mail for a free car wash from May.
From where?
No, it's expired.
To where?
I don't even know the name of it. It's over there by Sprayberry.
It's gonna be some dude named Phil.
Well, Phil better detail the shit out of my
Phil
car.
have a holes in the sponge. But I got you, baby. I got you. Come back in 15 minutes.
Shit, my shit better still be there.
It's gonna be water streaks all over.
Now, the coupon expired for May, so I'm going to get my car washed, man. I need my baby clean, sparkling. You feel me?
I wash my own car. Can't do it.
Well, see, I'm used to washing my own car, but I said a free car wash
Not
inside
free.
of yeah.
Not free.
A free.
One thing I had seen a couple of times is in different areas is that if you ingest the pollen from the or the honey from the flowers, the honey made from the flowers in the area, you'll get a resistance to the pollen.
Well, see, I'm terrified of bees,
but
so
it makes
I ain't
sense.
going nowhere near flowers right now.
Well, I see you guys looking. Think of it. It's the same concept for vaccines and stuff like that, right? You give somebody a low dosage of a virus, and it gives them an immunity to it. Same thing. You ingest the honey made from a pollen or whatever. Which I'm not for the vaccines because I'm going to jail.
First of all, time out. Y'all can't see what our guys over here, man, but this dude is over here legitimately brushing the hell out of his beard. Bro, like, ain't nobody's business. You know, I get it, man.
I'm just saying, man, you just maintain this thing for when it's social distancing.
You know, I noticed.
I need my beard to be alright.
I notice bearded people touch their face a lot more when they notice they're around people that don't have a full beard. I just feel super manly in this room.
Right, you know what I mean?
Why you do that? Can you turn the tripod a little bit? Tevin's a little cut. For just a little bit. What's good, y'all? You can wave.
Right
there. But
Go back.
Yeah, there we go. Right.
No technical difficulties. Don't worry about it.
I can't be around bees. Like, I had a horrible experience when I was a kid. So like, if I even see a bee, I'm like, nah. Matter of fact, a bee had flew in my classroom. I ain't gonna lie, man. I went in the hallway. I was like, fuck them kids. I'm sorry. It was another teacher in the room, but I was like, fuck them kids. I ain't getting
Ladies and gentlemen, our teachers that ask for pay grades. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Y'all deserve, most of y'all deserve it.
I was about to say, a lot of these parents are calling teachers like, you know what, I want to apologize thoroughly because I did not understand.
Oh,
they don't know their kids, man. They don't know their kids. They don't know their kids. Teacher appreciation week is coming up. Please treat your teachers like that. Teacher appreciation.
You know what? Like if there's two good things on a humanity level that comes out of this thing, is that for one, people is gonna learn to appreciate what they have a lot more, or people's jobs and what they've been doing.
Oh yeah.
For one, and then two, it's just that everybody's in the same boat now, and so everybody can relate on a similar plane. Like I've been conversating with, I had a conversation with a friend yesterday, and they were just stressing about some stuff. I help them, practice driving here and there, and I'm just like, yo, like I feel you stressing, like you had life going and everything's, on the up and up, but yo, everybody's in the same boat right now. I would not stress, like you got friends that in the same boat. If you go out bad, you probably got a place to stay. You know what I'm saying? And they're from out of the country. They've been here for 3 years. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then of course they used to send help their family out with money. Which most immigrants do come here, help the family in the States. So it's just like I feel like it's just a good thing that. I don't know, I feel like humanity as a whole having the same experience puts everybody in the same mindset on some point. I mean, you got some people crazy and they just panic out, but I think you got a lot of people who realize the similarities that we have, a lot more still, hardships, bring people together in some of the best lives, so, I don't know.
Speaking of hardships, I guess a lot of people are getting tired of these doctors and nurses complaining. So today is National Doctors Day.
I've never heard of National Doctors Day.
I didn't know that was a thing.
You knew it was?
Nobody.
No, I did not know.
Nobody said anything about this years prior. So it's like Corona. All these nurses and doctors are starting to quit. They getting overwhelmed. So now they like, well, give them niggas a day.
Oh, that ain't gonna stop people quitting. I'll be like,
it's like, cause if you notice, like on a lot of social media, a lot of nurses and stuff are quitting, because they got kids at home, and they're the ones dealing with the whole people, the patients with the corona. So it's a lot of nurses and a lot of doctors quitting. I was just like, damn.
I would hate everybody who's not a nurse right now.
Yeah.
I would hate everybody. I would hate my family members who weren't in the medical field. I would hate strangers I never knew because and not saying like just hate y'all, just to hate y'all, but but if I had to imagine, right, having to wake up probably every day at maybe 4, 6 a.m., you're probably waking up early, to get everything.
I think it's 7 to 7, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
You getting up, you going, there's probably traffic going into your whatchamacall because they barely have rooms in these hospitals.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for you to punch in on time because you got to fight through mad people and probably find a parking spot or whatever. Mm-hmm. And of course you just around a lot of sick people, so that kind of probably puts you in a certain mind state. And then you're dealing with this mofo trying to see this family outside of this hours, and this person trying to this person called me on you, and this person. I would hate everybody. Like, I had to, while y'all praising me and clapping me on my walk home, in my head, I hate all y'all. Thanks for the appreciation, but I hate y'all, man. Like, it's got to be a miserable thing, to be in their position. But that's why you gotta appreciate what they're doing so much, because you gotta know that they're probably really miserable doing what they're doing right now.
But see, that's the thing. It's like, those type of positions, we take those for granted.
Yeah.
In these situations, now you're finding like, oh, you know what, we really, really need these guys. And I think when it's all said and done, you have your people that are gonna kind of backslide, just that oblivion. But there's gonna be some people like, I really appreciate what you do, and probably give them less of a hard time when normally they might have when they come in, they tripping, they slow, they this, that. It's like, you know what, I appreciate it. So
Hey, who works today, man?
Cause you didn't have to.
Yeah, for real. Like, thanks to all the health professionals out there. And of course, a lot of y'all getting sick too. Some of y'all. So I mean, it's a high risk. I've always, kind of looked like when you hear people tell you their careers, about maybe a good 30% of the people in your life that that are going towards something. Maybe 20 to 30 are going towards something in the medical field.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I would, sometimes I'd have certain thoughts like, man, like sometimes you feel like, certain fields or careers are uneven or there's a lot more people. And just after, of course, living through this, I'll never have the thought again that we can never have enough doctors or never have enough health professionals. Because we just have so many people, you know what I mean? So it's like, if your whole family is going for the medical thing, cheer them on, because we might need them down the line, because we're the most ill-prepared country for what's going on right now is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I heard we're actually, I think they said we're number one in the whole death with the corona. And it's crazy because they're saying that we passed Italy, and a few weeks back, Italy shut the whole country down. Nobody could come in, nobody could come out. You got to stay in the house, quarantine. They said that they're not even collecting rent for the month. Like, you stay in the house.
See, that's the thing though. A lot of those countries have a better situation for how to deal with what's going on. Like even, we want to talk about the total stimulus package and what that's really gonna do, and it's really not gonna do. Excuse my French, a damn thing.
Yeah.
$1,200 per individual in the household. That's not enough.
Yo, I seen this meme. It's like a riot team about to break in the door, and it says rent.
Oh yeah, and then the chip.
The little Cheeto.
Like the dead boy. Right? It was just like a Cheeto in there. Like,
y'all know what meme? Yo, I might plaster it in the corner here or something.
They've seen it, man. I know they've seen it because I saw it. Man, that shit's hilarious.
Because like, what that gonna do, bro?
Nothing. Not a damn thing.
Yeah, man.
So, okay, let's talk about this whole stimulus package, the stimulus checks that everybody's supposed to be getting. First of all,
are immigrants included? That's my first curiosity.
I think they have to be a citizen and pay, like they have to pay taxes. So actually, matter of fact, okay, the people who's gonna basically get it is if you filed taxes last year or this year, you'll be able to receive a stimulus check. Now, the ones who won't get a stimulus check, of course, if you're under the age of 16, they say if you owe child support, you ain't getting it.
Nope.
Any college students that's being claimed as a dependent, if you're being claimed as a dependent at all, like you can't get a stimulus check. So you need to either be single or head of household. But it's
you have to make less than $75,000.
Yep. If you make less than $75,000, you'll get $1,200. Couples, they'll get if you have a combined combined income of $150,000, you'll get $200. Yep. Damn, you just know your numbers, don't you? I like that. Shit, you like it. I studied this.
I'm gonna get my money. That's what that is.
So do you think this check?
Don't believe that. I am not worried about that $200. I'm putting this shit straight in the savings account.
Because I'm still working, so it's just like, thank you.
Slick, I'll take that back. I'm gonna get the iPad Pro. Production for business, I can push out art way faster.
Like how you think?
And then put it.
Like how you think? I gotta go get me a computer.
Yeah.
Man,
So, do you think that the stimulus package will satisfy niggas?
No! I mean, because niggas don't know, if you don't know how to use money or save money, what's that gonna do too?
I'm talking about like the whole corona, it's like, alright, corona's here, we're gonna give y'all $1,200, be satisfied.
Not even that. What if I legitimately lost a job or can't work or I'm a bartender so I'm not making this level of income, I still have a rent and other things going on. That's $200 ain't gonna cost shit. What if my apartment is $200?
It needs to be synonymous to what your income or your life is.
They upped the unemployment, so a lot of people are getting unemployment. It's actually at its highest it's ever been. Actually, Georgia is giving food stamps to a lot of people. They have like a questionnaire to see if you can apply.
What are y'all doing?
What you mean?
Matter of fact, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
I'm still working. Me and baby still working. So we straight. We have been blessed because I've had a few friends who actually lost their jobs, and it's unfortunate because they don't know where their next money gonna come from. But me and And baby, shit, we good. And this little check that we supposed to be getting is going straight to the savings because for one, we're financially good. And it's cool. It's just like, alright, $1,200. Ain't supposed to make up for, you know, what's going on in the world. Like, we need to come up with some type of vaccine for this shit. Like,
you know what? I'm gonna try with some fun fact though.
hit me with it.
That apparently no one knows.
Before you do that, I'm gonna get this way.
Okay, yeah.
So how's this affecting?
No, I mean as far as me, man, I'm in a situation where I'm also blessed to not really be affected by it. You know, specifically, one, my taxes coming within the next week. I'm not even strapped for cash at the moment right now, so that's coming. That stimulus package, and then I do get paid, you know, through my military ties first of every month. So I have really nothing to worry about. I am still in school. I get paid to go to school, so that's one of those situations where I'm just blessed to be in a situation.
I'm rich, niggas. I'm rich. No, I'm kidding.
Right, so
no, but that's dope.
Careful,
that's dope. That's dope.
You know, you telling everybody you got money.
I know, right?
You're Corona.
Try that shit if you want to. I ain't in the army for no reason. You come playing with it if you want to.
That nigga got money.
Try it. Y'all gonna see them on 2 o'clock news. Don't play with it.
Over the Rona.
Right.
Okay, you're...
The Rona's bad, but this is disgusting.
Breaking news. Whatever.
So, you know, alright, Brandy, you're like full entrepreneur.
Yeah.
How is this affecting you?
Yo, I'm broke as hell. No, I'm kidding. No, this does affect me. You know, as a coach, and it affects every other fitness and health professional out there. You see them all online. You know, we're training one-on-one clients isn't a smart thing to do right now. You have a couple of, you know, you see some coaches, they do that, and maybe they're not touching the clients or whatever, but at the end of the day, with the social distancing, what the guidelines are, every time you leave the house, you're putting yourself at risk. No matter what you touch or where you at, whether you're just stomping on the ground, you know, apparently the virus can live on the ground for like 3-5 years. You step on a virus, you backtrack it into your house, and I don't know, you drop your donut, and you do the whole 5-second rule. Don't know the virus is on your donut because it was on your shoe that was on the floor, and now you got the crumbs. Like
Cream just came out with a thing. They're giving away, what is it, half a dozen?
All of it.
Oh, you wouldn't know, baby. I like that.
See,
I like that.
yeah.
We want to go get some desserts after the podcast.
My boy
I hear you.
He looked at it, he said, a whole day.
Yeah.
I mean,
Correct that.
So,
No.
but yeah, so it's like, and so like, you have to move, now you have to, just like teachers, so you got to move your whole program to online. Now, I've been doing online coaching too, so I'm still getting online coaching and clients and stuff like that. But I got to get it, of course, as consistent as where I was with one-on-one training too. Because, you know, one thing is what most one-on-one clients are not going to be motivated to do online coaching or try to do FaceTime training and stuff like that. So it's really just pouring into my other professions now. You know, getting back on my children's book, authoring a lot more. I know a lot more parents will be into getting a book or something like that, get their kids active and get them out of their hair for a little bit. You know, focusing on, of course, you know, online programs, maybe packages and stuff like that. But, you know, really just being malleable. But, you know, I'm blessed because I'm relentless and not having to have help from anybody. And so, you know, with that kind of relentlessness, I'm going to make sure I do what I need to do to keep myself afloat, because parents ain't getting no tech call from me on some, oh, you got, I'm not finna be the one calling my parents like, you got $1 for me, man? Because I've let my bank account, I've been at the gas station with my bank account at $247 negative with no gas in the tank. How am I getting home? And you get real close to God in those moments. You know what I'm saying? I got on my card. Oh, jeez, a miracle. Yo, I opened my wallet, and I know I opened my wallet. I know I opened my wallet before, and I didn't notice. Oh, I had 4 single dollar bills in there. I can get home, and at least the check that I put in earlier that day can clear until the next day. And so I've had those type of moments. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's what comes with this lifestyle, entrepreneur lifestyle. Whether you're owning a shop, because that's what's really hurting those entrepreneurs,
those
people that's owning
storefront owners.
Yeah, man, those stores
who really can't afford to take stuff like this. You know, they're taking really big hits.
Yeah, or people, or any service that you offer hands-on services, and just like small stores like that, they're all being affected the most.
So listen, you saying that, right? I know one of the points I kind of wanted to hit on was them extending this quarantine all the way until April 30th.
We're not going back to no. Yeah, I'm honestly just kind of laughing at people on social media, because I feel like, yo, am I the only one who doesn't realize life isn't ever going to be the same again? Like,
No, you're not.
I realize that life isn't going to be the same again. Like, whether it's going to be something wild and crazy, or just something where we're a lot more limited.
Like on a consistent basis, like what do you see going forward for how life will, probably,
Man,
fall into on a normal basis?
You're seeing a lot of stuff, a lot of bills being passed, a lot of things here, a lot of things there. And I'll say this, if I'm going to worst case scenario, you already see things where other countries are saying they're losing their trust of the U.S. and the U.S. isn't going to be trusted as the country it had after this and all this stuff. Something's going to happen where where we're sweating. You know what I'm saying? Or where, look, the people, I feel like this is like a conspiracy theorist alarm term for people, but new world order. But there's going to probably be something where all of our countries are connected, because like we have to be on the same page to be prepared for pandemics and situations like this. There's no way we can have complete separate governments with not much with this and not be on the same page and be able to handle things like this.
But the thing about it is,
or that might be a lie. Maybe using that as an excuse to do certain things. Maybe that's the front excuse, right? To come join things. But I don't know. People feel like there's talks about new world orders, talks about money and currency becoming digital, talks about also our world's resources. Like paper money becoming an obsolete thing. There's also talks about what's happening. You got to realize we're also running out of resources on Earth as far as certain animals.
That's true.
But
we've been doing it.
Toiletries, like all these paper towels and tissues. You gotta think about how bad deforestation is, right? Think about how bad the demand for toiletries and cutting down and more deforestation has gone up since then. Like, you gotta understand, like, as great as it is, the pollution going down and all this stuff, it's not enough to save us, to save from what the damage is gonna happen. It's only the beginning of what needs to happen.
Yeah.
But this keeps happening, we're gonna run out of resources to even have toiletries and stuff like that. That's already happening, which is also, in turn, allowing like the pollution, like trees and stuff like that, they soak up the pollution. You know what I mean? And so it's just a big domino effect where it's just one thing is affecting the other. Mm-hmm. So it's just like I seen this picture. It was a person swimming upwards, and it had a small shark going after that person. Coronavirus. Under that, something else, and then the biggest one was climate change. It's coming to swallow everything.
That climate change, man, is gonna kill us.
So, but rationing could become a thing. I mean, think about that. I mean,
because they started doing that in like essentials. Like Walmart got weird. They saying like water, tissue, bleach, and stuff like that. One
per household.
Kroger is 3, so it's like it's different wherever you go. But they already starting to rationalize the stuff because you got people who are trying to be greedy. And you know what I think is so stupid? Like those people who y'all see it's a crisis going on. you go buy all the materials and then try to sell them for a high price, and it's just like, man, shame on y'all.
I mean, but see, like that doesn't surprise or shouldn't surprise any of us. I mean, that's what people do regardless of.
People capitalize on
but
stuff.
it's stupid. I get that people want to make $1 and stuff, but it's a crisis going on, and you gonna buy a whole supply of tissue and then say a 4-pack is now $33.
Wait,
So you deserve to be robbed.
Yeah, y'all remember? Was it the Batman movie? Where the Joker pretty much was like, "Yo, people, you know, in these times, everybody's all normal. Everybody is civilized and whatnot." He said, all it takes is something to switch. He said, the only difference is I'm ahead of the curve. I understand. He said, that civilized person, as soon as something like this or a pandemic happens or, you know, mass, evacuation or a public shooting or something like that, you know, people start to, you know, take advantage of these moments. The real people come out. So you're going to have people that do stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And people aren't thinking sensible. Mm-hmm. People aren't thinking about you. It becomes survival of the fittest. Mm-hmm. Me and mine versus you and yours. And that's the whole thing anyway.
If this shit get bad, I can definitely see that happen.
That's what I'm completely, survival of the fittest, like, that's what I'm prepared for, like.
It's gonna do anything.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Kids, feed, all that type of stuff, like, it's gonna get bad.
Like, one of the most viral things I see going around is how the 5G bill got passed.
Yeah, I seen that. Y'all really about to, like, cancer is about to go up, all type of stuff.
Man, look, when you see what's listed as far as the symptoms of radiation, it sounds just like if I'm just gonna go through this real quick, right? I'm not going to go and read through the whole thing, but symptoms of 5G radiation: shortness of breath, passing out, cold and flu symptoms, fever, increased cancer risk, foggy thinking, eye pain, nightmares, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, headache, dizziness, disorientation, weakness, fatigue, hair loss, bloody vomit and stools from internal bleeding, infections, and low blood pressure. They also don't mention the part where they actually literally tear your atoms apart. But yeah, radiation, like, that's what it does. And what it says is 5G law passed while everyone was distracted. S.893 secure 5G and beyond Act 2020. Signed into law on the 23rd. That will speed up installation of 5G and protect profits. Children had to be out of schools for covert installation. Parents, you see what's happening. And it's 10,000 times the strength of 4G. And uses the same frequency as military weapons.
They already been advertising too, and it's so fucking disgusting.
Yeah. And that's the big conspiracy theory, right? Is that all of this was for the installation of 5G around the world.
But if we want to be technical, like, they've been doing this shit. Like, there was this article, parents were complaining because they noticed that there was like this satellite on top of the school, and they came to find out that they were trying to install the 5G, and a lot of parents were pissed off because they're like, yo, like, I don't want this in my kid's school. And they didn't even have the decency to vote over that. It's just like, well, it's here, suck it up. Like, they're forcing this 5G on us. When you hear like cell phone advertisement, internet advertisement, oh, you're working from home because of the quarantine, like, come get this 5G and all this shit, like, be careful.
Capitalizing.
Remember, we talked about that last time. I said we gotta be careful with each level of advancement. Every time we make something more convenient or whatever, it's still a bad draw. You know what I mean? Again, we don't get me wrong, we all, addicted to our devices and whatnot, but like cell phones are still fairly new, right? In the grand scheme of things. It takes about maybe, like 10 or some years to start to realize, oh, these things, do this or do that. They cause this or cause that. It takes a while
a life cycle of a person at least to see what happens. And what happened, when a couple years down the line, they be like, oh, cell phones actually led to our demise. You know what I mean? Or just, not to just scare anybody, just think about it. So, well, you have like situations now with breaking telecom worker destroys cell towers and warn public with 5G dangers. So you have a small retaliation. Let me ask y'all, because let's just have some fun with this, right?
Go for it.
Say the U.S. does become super rebellious, Say you on average, right, becomes a situation where you walk out, you go out of your neighborhood, there's probably trash all over the place in store parking lots, people running around trying to ration stuff. Every now and then you hear an explosion somewhere, some rebels somewhere destroying towers here and there and going against the authority. You know, and then you got certain martial laws or certain things being slowly. Where do y'all see yourself with, say, the country or life going towards that, where it's a little bit more survivalistic, like in doggy?
I can see that coming. I can see that.
But how do you see yourself operating as a person? Do you feel like you'll be a person who's really just trying to keep living life as normal as possible? Do you see yourself as becoming one of the aggressors in the situation
at that point, there is no such thing as living life in a normal basis, because
people are still in denial. Like I'm gonna laugh when like things is bad and you literally got people who's online like still worrying about the same. Like I know they're gonna keep extending. Like only Trump is the one who's saying, "Oh, April, whatever." All the other health professionals are talking about September, July, August.
Yeah, I definitely seen like July, August.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so no.
Like you said, let's just play this scenario out. If it got to a point where it got that bad, like I said, there would be no such thing.
Well, you're military, so they're gonna make you kind of be an enforcer of things.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Well, no. See, that's a funny thing, because when you say, oh, they're going to make you do certain things, like you said, we're talking about a world at this point where it's not like, oh, you got to do
It's more like a war between the government authority and people now.
Right, but
like
but at a certain point,
if
it got to where literally, like, it's chaos all around, you know what I mean? And like
let's not say like full-blown war, like dead bodies in the street. Let's not say it's like that. Let's say it's getting to that point of almost every day there's some type of big rebellion or a big thing happening here where you have, say, your group of rebels, and then you see where the government is starting to pose certain things, and now you got to depend on this for this. You know, like the same with the stimulus check, right?
Okay.
That could become something more permanent or something more like, I don't think about it, right? Think about if certain jobs just can't come back, or like certain things just can't come back or can't happen again. Now they have a whole bunch of people depending on this promised check or this promised money, but you gotta, of course, can't be no nothing. You gotta have a clean rate. Gotta have this. Gotta have that. Yeah. And then maybe other conditions might come with that.
I'm gonna say this first off,
like how mandatory vaccinations might become a thing.
If it got to that point, what you're gonna, in my opinion, what you would start to see is the value of the dollar is shit.
Oh,
so the stimulus package, like the money that if that was a constant thing, people wouldn't rely on that anymore. It would go back into a bartering system. What do you do for me? What I do for you? And low key, even like a landlord saying, "Oh, that's my property," it'd be like, "Come take it."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like literally at this point, bro, like,
what's up? I'm dying with my ship.
Now, like I said, I stay here. Like I said, we can work a deal out, but you're not just gonna throw me out because of a money situation. So that part was, would cease to exist. It would be about real assets. If you have a garden, if you can do those type of things, if you can really produce for yourself, that's more valuable than this dollar at this point in time. So they'd be like, "Hey, yo, listen, I heard you got cherries. Like, you know what I mean? I got some such and such. Let's trade gin for these cherries." It'll be that type of situation going on. So at the end of the day, and then to go back, even when you talk about the whole military situation, that's a fine line between, at that point, you have some people that will look at it and say, okay, I'm coming from a moral standpoint. Again, if the world gets to a chaotic situation, it'll be hard to say, hey, you got to come in and do whatever. Because that person might say, says who? Says who? You know what I mean? Under what authority at this point? It's all over the place. So it'll be, a person that says, you know what, that's my duty, and I'll go in and I'll do what I gotta do. You know what I mean? Against probably, maybe even sometimes it's better judgment, but then you have that same person from a moral standpoint that says, you know what, I got me and mine to take care of, and what y'all got going on right now, I can't leave that, right? So it just really just depends. But if it got to that point, literally, like, you'll see people almost like The Walking Dead without the zombies. It'd be like, yo, mine in this, and somebody's gonna try to take over. You'll see people really try to force their way in to create this level of community, and somebody has to lead to some degree. That's what somebody's gonna take a mindset.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna say somebody has to lead the situation, and somebody's gonna try to get in that role.
So as a military man, right? And I know being in the military is of course contradiction for all black people, and just like where your moral code sometimes can conflict with what the U.S. right? Say things get to that point, right, where it's really civil war, right? Because that's what a lot of countries are counting on, to be honest, especially Russia. Which is why, of course, the whole Facebook ads thing, right? Y'all heard about that. Of course, Russia was behind a lot of the ads stirring up black community, whatever. Okay. I mean, man, that's genius. This evil genius, but man, that's a genius way to start civil war, right? But so like you.
Okay.
How far? At what point, right? Do you feel like because I see this movie. I've seen this movie. I've watched a lot of these movies, right? Me and Tevin are great friends, right? Okay. I'm the rebel of my mind, right? He got the army shirt on, right? By the end of the movie, he pointing the gun at each other's head, standing for her. Let me stop. No. We're not going to talk about who's winning. No, but really, I think it's an interesting situation because I feel like it gets to a point where it can get to a point where people's views. We have these conversations. We have them for fun sometimes. We have them for just to see explore people's mindset. But when shit really hits a fan and like gets to a point to where now people have to follow orders, and then of course civilians feel a certain way, right? At what point or what line do you draw, say, where I don't know, you feel like
code of ethics, morals really come into play, and then you say, all right, you have to choose.
I don't believe in a good and bad person necessarily, right? It's because everybody's capable of everything. Yeah. And so, people are really, following orders because it's a check. You know what I'm saying? But then, of course, you don't want to compromise more. So I don't know. Have you ever thought about that movie in your mind? In my mind. Like, where would you end up on what side, given where things would go and happen?
I mean, definitely. I mean, because, like you said, to a degree, I do what I do. You know what I mean? I feel like there's somebody that has to do that job per se. Like, whatever people think about, like either be in this position or any type of position of authority, whether it's police or whatever somebody thinks about it, somebody has to do it. And with all of those jobs, there is a level of morality challenge where it's like that. I don't necessarily agree with it, but at the same time, until you did sign up for this, and it's like that's something you have to honor. To a degree, depending on your moral code or standpoint. And you see people that get to a certain point that they can't do it, and then they try to get themselves out or they try to separate themselves from the situation. But as of yet, I haven't faced anything where my moral code was like really challenged. I mean, again, do I agree with everything? No, but technically, do you agree with everything that happens in any of your employers?
Of course.
The way the CEO is going, the way the company's going. So I mean, it's always this level of
Yeah. I just think it's interesting, because, you watch a lot of apocalyptic movies. Like, there's one TV series I like to watch a lot, Falling Skies. You just got a lot of those. And, I don't know, it's just interesting because you literally kind of see things playing out like a movie. Like, we're just in a movie and we don't even realize it. We could turn around and make this coronavirus movie, just like the Contagion movie is out.
A lot of people saying that was like the prediction of Corona.
You know what? People are just late to the party. People are late. Like, some people are like, this movie's coming out. Y'all, this movie's been out for 15 years. Yeah. Like, I see people posting stuff on Facebook. It's like, y'all are just late.
Seriously?
But you gotta think about it, like, you got inspiration for things like this come from somewhere. Like, that's why it's just like...
Do you think that this was, like, predetermined? This is, like, voted on?
I'm not claiming to know anything.
Well, you know, the craziest thing, stuff like that is really just public knowledge. Like, people can look up, even for patents or anything like that. You can look up and see if anything's happened with the coronavirus, if anything has patent, if anybody's made a vaccine. It's really public knowledge. You just have to look or know where to look for things like that. So, I mean, if it was pre-planned or whatever, somebody could find it.
Yeah, or be connected to a resource or somebody who's in that, like,
and I'm not saying it.
Like I know a friend, I'm trying to remember, but they said they know somebody, their mom works at the CDC.
Everybody's aunt, mom, cousin work at the CDC. I sweep floors, I work.
My nigga said I sweep floors.
I sweep floors, I technically work for the CDC. That does not mean you're in a room to make actual big decisions. And that does not mean you actually
That's the podcast title, CDC Janitor Tevin. CDC Janitor Giller.
I'm so sick of hearing that shit.
But it's like she was like, you know, it's crazy because on the news they try to say it sounds like this, but she's super serious. And so I seen something where news outlets will be starting to slowly come under fire because people realizing, oh, this is worse than y'all are making it seem like. People are now watching videos of body bags being loaded up in New York and stuff like that.
What they're not telling you is how many people then recover from this. Like, you know, it's the reporter's job to give you the information and make it more dramatic than what it is. It's their job to
tell the best story.
But I think they're getting the best case scenario though. Not dramatizing.
But okay, every time you turn on the news and you hear coronavirus updates, oh, we got this many cases confirmed and this many deaths. They don't tell you, oh, we got this many people recovered. We got, you feel me, just fine. People going back to work. Like, oh my God, it's just death, body bags, cremation, quarantine, stay in the house. You gonna get fined. Death, this. Coughing, pneumonia, all this shit. It's like it's their job to do that.
Well, no, I do think that it is supposed to instill fear. I mean, really, you could probably think that news outlets are somewhat connected to all of this because it's their job to stir fear to make people stay in the house. So we can go and install cell towers, right? But even though they should talk about the recovery toll just as much, I still don't think the death toll numbers are that accurate. I feel like they're still worse than what they're even telling. But it's the way they present information and everything's red, breaking. Like all I see is breaking on Facebook, breaking, red, breaking. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. Outside this corona, it's like it's nothing else going on.
Nothing.
Ain't shit going on.
You know
what's going on? It's virtual shit. Music producers and DJs having quarantine parties on Instagram. Boosie talking about put your pussy lips on Instagram. He'll give you $1,000. It ain't shit going on, man. It ain't shit going on in this world.
Yo, before we move on to try to talk about something other than this stupid virus. So, with the pollution, right? Touch on that one more time.
What's poppin'?
About 30,000 people have died from this virus, right? Or in climbing. But over 50,000 people who would have died from air quality and pollution. I mean, it's a lot. So what that shows is that more people are necessarily spared or who have died early in life because of how good the pollution has gotten versus the amount of people who have died. How does that make you feel? 50,000 people spared who would have died from pollution and 30,000 people dying from
so you're saying
only about a 20,000 difference. 20 to 50,000, let's say that difference. But it's like, of course, we're going through a tragedy right now that would seem that we would at least learn things and do things that would save a lot of people in the future. If, with knowing that, right, that a lot more people would live longer lives all over the world, because they start with China, it's just 50,000 with just China. That's China alone. Like, because there's the worst. I don't know, how does that make you feel? Do you feel like it takes humanity to go through bad situations like this for us to find out things that we can do to better ourselves? Do you feel like this, in the grand scheme of things, might be a necessary thing for us to go through as a species? Or do you feel like, nah, this shouldn't have happened, this has all of us too topsy-turvy right now?
Are you like saying like they're a sacrifice for us to have a better world?
No, I'm not trying to say that. I'm not using that word. Because this is a conversation I see come up on television a lot, right?
Okay.
It's usually the villain's mindset, sacrificing the few for the lives of many, or tragedy happening now, where you don't see it in the future, but it's actually going to help way more lives than it's actually destroyed in this time. I don't know, what is your mind, or if you can peek into the mind of God, right? With not having a concept of time, you know, like you've already seen the beginning. I don't know. How do you feel about that when you see something like that? Does it make you think about anything?
It makes you think, but you gotta understand. The world was perfectly fine before humans.
Yeah.
Basically fucked it up.
Yeah.
We, as a believer, I just feel like this is something bad that's going on, but maybe it's God's way, or not even God. It's just a way for us to get the earth back to where it needs to be. And it sucks, you feel me, that it has to be like this, but maybe this is an opportunity to open our eyes to know, like, okay, the world's messing up now that this is happening and we are doing X, Y, and Z. And now we see that there are positive results from it. You feel me? With the pollution going down and the stuff like that. It's opening their eyes to be like, all right, we need to try to fix this faster. Like we could probably do this to help out with this. Like,
it's like you don't even realize certain things. Oh wow, pollution is actually killing more people at a faster rate than what the coronavirus is doing. It's like there's so many layers, there's so many things that affect us and that we don't realize. And so I don't know, I think it's just an interesting thing to me. I don't think that means, we should necessarily have to, have this experience. But I think it is a learning experience. I think with situations like this, the silver lining is, for one, you gotta take the L's from every loss or whatever in terms of lessons, right? And then of course, now you have a lot more time to do stuff, work on yourself, focus on your mind, heal. I don't want to hear nothing about damaged women not being ready for no relationship after this, all right? No, don't do that. Seriously.
And there it is, the bombshell topic of the day.
No.
Right there.
No, it's not no.
somebody hurt him.
Y'all better heal by the end of this.
No, seriously, no. Let's talk about this. All y'all mental health advocates and mental health people. Of course, some of y'all gonna be stressed and going crazy about life and job and stuff. But on the flip side, people got so much time to spend with their family, spend with themselves, learn something, do something, get into their help, do whatever.
That's true.
If you're not taking this time to heal, to make yourself a better person, and you're wasting your mind on stressing on something that everybody's in the same boat with, again, everybody has same different situations and levels of stress for certain situations.
We just talked about two different things.
But it's like, yo.
You targeted women talking about, y'all need to.
No, this is what I'm saying. People need to use this.
Everybody heals.
To heal. To work on themselves for real. Like
it felt like you hit a nerve, man. Because truthfully,
people like, man.
Women. I'm like, what?
No.
I mean, everybody.
Nah, hey, look, I know everybody's just seeing those memes of the guy and girl having pillow talk, and it says whatever, and there's the one where it's like the girl is like, oh, thank you for everything you've done. You're a great man. You've shown me a lot. You've taught me so much. Blah, blah, blah. I wish we could have worked out. You're a great person. And the guy messages back, I'm tired of saving all y'all, like, blocked or whatever. No, that's like, I think some good dudes or guys who are considered good dudes by the general girls or whatever go through certain situations like that where you come across damaged people who aren't ready for relationships or situations.
That's why you really got to get to know somebody before y'all get into a relationship. Like dating, courting and stuff, like that's your time to determine, like, yo, like look for those signs. I know everything is, butterflies, oh my god, hold my hand. Fuck that. I need to know if you damaged. Like, listen, you know what I do? Like, you ask about their previous relationships. What did you do? What did that person do? Because a lot of people are like, man, that bitch cheated on me. But you forgot to say, you feel me, how many chicks that you done ran through when she got tired of your shit and she finally met somebody else when your ass, you feel me, like shit like that. Y'all gotta have communication. You really gotta figure out a person, like try to look at those red flags in that whole honeymoon stage or whatever shit is.
So I'm not gonna let her just go like I don't do that. Some of y'all girls just get high and stuff. Let me just say that. Something for real, man. I've learned something. Some women just allow things to go. But that's not that wasn't the whole point. The whole point of me reading out was, for real, y'all. Yeah. People, everybody who's, says they deal with, say, mental things, anxiety, depression, or they've got baggage, or they've got whatever. You got nothing but time. You ain't doing nothing. Nothing.
Not now.
Yeah, read something, pray, meditate. All y'all should be in the mentally, if the world gets, to some point of operation, soon this year, all y'all should be in the mentally best space, have your plans all out, your career, whatever. No excuses, you know what I'm saying? We got nothing but time.
So give them some tips to help them with this depression and anxiety, because a lot of people hate being in the house, being stuck in the house. Give them some tips to help them out being.
Well, for one, I'm one of those people because I'm what you call an introverted extrovert. So like, I do enjoy my time, but I enjoy my me time, and I don't have to be around people. But I need a dose of other human energy, here and there, so it's just like, here's what I would say, right? If you're dealing with, say, being anxious, anxiety, for one, that stems from continued nervousness, right? Pray. I would definitely say pray. As a man of faith, God say pray first, because that's always going to calm you down to some degree. Number two, focus on your health, your nutrition. There's no being mentally healthy and not focusing on your physical health as well, and your as well as the meditative as well. If you talk about mental, like you cannot be eating crazy, you can't be not exercising and expect to be mentally healthy. I'm sorry, but every person that has ever said, I'm in a mentally healthy best space in my life, and they're not necessarily in the best physical shape, I always feel like you could be in a mentally better space. Even if you are in best, you could be even way better if you would also get your body or get your health in order too, because your health is synonymous with how you look with yourself. I think people are ashamed to say that a lot of their confidence or how they feel just come from, how they look and feel, but that's just human nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I was tired of my man titties and belly dragging through the sand. You know what I'm saying? I had estrogen fat, not just fat. I had soy milk.
Run that back, bro.
Huh?
You were tired of what?
Huh?
You were tired of what?
Tired of my man titties and belly dragging.
And that
estrogen fat?
No. The belly and the sand. What?
Overlapping belly dragging through the sand. Yes, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Never heard that.
Look. Yo, skinny fat will always look worse than. Skinny fat will always be like, I don't know, like I feel like you can look like big and attractive. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like certain looks only bigger people can pull off. You know what I mean? I feel like like certain clothes or whatever. But when you like skinny fat, when you like small, and you just like, it's like, no, man, do something. Is you gonna be healthier? Is you gonna be?
It's about pick a side.
go whatever way. So it's just insecurity. Just that's what got me started. But yeah, I don't think there's any shame in realizing that a lot of your security is wrapped up in your look and feel. Just don't be a vain person. But go ahead.
Nah, for one, I'm definitely not an expert, so I'm not sitting here saying I got tips. This is the things that I try to do in my day-to-day life. In this quarantine situation, which would be just trying to find some level of balance. And then let's start with the faith situation. I feel like, and depending on whatever your faith is, right? Even if you don't have it, find something that you can necessarily believe in that's bigger than your fear in this type of situation. And if you don't know where, to start with that, literally, if you're, like me, I'm, biblical, but look up faith scriptures or somewhere you can start there and read that. Mm-hmm. So I know, you say it like pray, but like some people don't know necessarily where to start. So prayer, some people don't know how to pray. So it's like just look up something in faith and start there. Find you a video on YouTube about faith, about something, and start from there and let that kind of blossom. And I know it kind of takes its own time. Everybody has its own timetable, and we don't all move in the same speed. So move at a speed that you feel comfortable with, but find something to believe in. Mm-hmm. The next thing I would say is like literally like balance. There, I don't feel like you can always just be like spiritually high and everything else and everything. So it's like find your spiritual balance. Get you something in for the day that kind of fight some of that fear away off you. Then like I said, even if it's not you doing a whole full workout, go get a walk in or something. Speed walk, not that stroll to the park and look at the flowers. Get your walk in, get your sweat, and find you something that you really love to do. Because a lot of times we get so busy, we forget that we had hobbies or have hobbies, that don't really get tapped into as much.
Y'all need to be finding hobbies right now, to be honest. Literally. Find you a hobby, do something, an interest.
You are the closest thing to a doctor that a lot of people gonna talk to. So I got a question.
What's up?
With me working at home, right? I find myself being more exhausted than I was when I was out. Do you know what that could come from?
It can come from just having a more sedentary lifestyle. The more you don't use it, you lose it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really the term. You don't use it, you lose it. So if you're like at home and let's say you just have to sit down, for most of the time. Well, when it's time to get active or to do something, your body's, not going to have the energy to do that. But say your body's got used to, okay, I got to get up, now I got to go drive, now I got to go to work and do stuff. Now your body is at a slightly higher physical level to deal with the demands of that day. You know what I mean? And that's just basically it. A lot of people feel like more rest or less is synonymous to like how much energy you should have, but no, it's very necessary to tax your body to a certain degree and allow it to go through the recovery process to get stronger or whatever. Mm-hmm. Here's one thing I think people gotta realize: no matter what you do, something is always gonna make you healthier or unhealthier. There's no just staying in the you can have your regimen, right? But you're still getting older every day. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so just know that every single decision you make is gonna kind of bleed into like your overall look and feel. But yeah, man, I don't want nobody to be damaged after this whole quarantine. Yeah.
So okay.
Anyway, Jordan Lucas just came out with an album. Y'all can listen to it. It's called ADHD. It's awesome.
No, ADHD for real. It's a dope album.
What's your favorite song off the album?
ADHD.
Yeah.
For real, I honestly relate to that. I'm not diagnosed with ADHD.
You looking it up?
You damn right.
I'm not diagnosed.
You not a Join Us fan?
But I'm sorry, I didn't expect that question. So you which one?
My favorite was Devil's Work.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Oh,
nice.
Easy. Bet. Broken Stupid.
Okay.
It's a powerful song.
Yeah. I've never had ADHD, but teachers have always tried to throw that label on me, and I guess I could say I've always felt like more energetic than most people or something like that. and I talk too much. So I don't know. But you know, I've never, like I said, I've never had it or whatever. But it was definitely one of those situations where my mom grew up fighting the school system to stop trying to put that label on me or put me in special classes.
You know why? Because when a lot of the school systems see you like an active black child.
Yeah.
You feel me? Maybe that child is just a little bored, and that's why they are very energetic and stuff. They just want to be ADHD. Put them on medicine, calm his little ass down.
But true too.
It's
like,
most like black males that I've seen get labeled for this.
I mean, it's also this thing where everybody learns differently. So me in this format. So if you put a turtle and a chimp in the same class, and you expect the turtle to be like a chimp in years, you know what I mean? Then you're gonna be like, oh, he's being a turtle, nigga. That's who he is. You know what I mean?
Right.
So a lot of kids sometimes they need to learn by doing active.
Everybody
activities.
don't learn the same. Everybody doesn't react the same. So it's like, as a teacher, it's your job to figure out how your student reacts to things. It's just part of that.
Yeah, learn them, yeah.
You feel me? If you have a student or even a child that is just very active and stuff, like, you just figure out what works for that kid. Every kid is different. But me personally, I've just seen a lot of black males be labeled with this whole ADHD, and I technically don't like it because, like I said, it's just you gotta figure out what works for them. Because me and you, I wouldn't think you had ADHD at all. But you saying growing up that your mom had to literally fight with the school system for them to stop saying that. Like,
yeah, or put me in special classes. But they also try to connect it to like having anger problems or whatever. I can't remember either ADD or ADHD, one of those. They got rid of ADD, I believe, though.
Yeah, I think it's just ADHD.
Yeah, so, but yeah, so.
Hyper in there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was super hyper, but yeah, that's my favorite song off of that album. With the music videos and the visuals, it's really good. I think it's a really good complete project, you know.
Project.
Yeah, project. I messed that word up.
That's okay, but no, it's really nice. So if you guys everybody should have the chance. We all quarantined.
I was about to say, if you get the time, you
yeah, man, go listen to it.
I'm
man.
pretty sure
It's really
people
nice.
like my music,
It's called
for real.
Joyner Lucas ADHD. You know, it's really nice.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to some of the music that's gonna come out still. Even though there probably won't be no parties turned up to, no cookouts or whatever.
When this shit over with, man, I'm gonna give it like a good month after everybody then, got normal, if that's what's gonna happen. But man, we need to throw a party.
Can y'all imagine how crowded?
Yes.
Yeah.
everything is gonna be.
Yeah, when people get going.
I'm so happy to be here.
Think about, the traffic is like good in Atlanta now. Can y'all imagine what
No.
the traffic?
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'm getting on martyr. Fuck it. I'm getting on martyr. Real talk. My breeze card in my pocket. I'm gonna dust that motherfucker off.
Yo, Tevin mad already. Tevin already got a little rage.
I'm gonna be on fucking martyr. Where are you at, bro? I'm getting out of the station.
No, my nigga, dog. Yo, bro, I just left the driveway. I've been in the same spot for like 3 minutes.
Bro, it's a $5 there and back, bro.
Bruh, niggas are not staying home in Atlanta after this, dog.
Atlanta,
like,
everywhere. What are you talking about?
Everywhere, but I'm just thinking about the traffic here, bro. Like, Atlanta's are parties. Like, people like to club and go to the party and lounge and stuff.
Oh, it's about to be packed.
I'm gonna be real with you.
People gonna celebrate like we survived. We made it, nigga. We made it.
No, house Getty's only, bro.
I'm not going nowhere for the first couple of weeks, bro. I'm not.
Yeah, y'all get
I'm not dealing with it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
He's good.
I'm staying my matter of fact. I'm gonna post
Wait
into like regular life. I'm not just gonna jump back out there, bro.
Wait like a month.
I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be
And
too many
then-
issues, too many. Like, bro, it's gonna be retarded for no reason.
Cause I would hate for us to be like everybody like, all right, it's safe to go outside, everybody go back to normal, and then niggas get sick again, gotta read. Like, it's just a setback.
Friends,
That was fucked up.
I'm not going to none of y'all baby showers that you've conceived during this time. Okay?
That's fucked up.
Like,
Yeah,
no,
that quarantine, baby.
for real, y'all.
That
Y'all know y'all
quarantine.
should be quarantined. don't pop up come what Christmas time it would be.
Yeah.
Y'all, hey, I'm pregnant now. I was supposed to be quarantining, and I was bumping boots and coming to my baby. No, I'm kidding, y'all. Hit me up for a baby shower, but you shouldn't be out here wilding out.
Why?
I would say what?
We just had a whole episode about
For one, y'all live together, so y'all can't listen to her, yo. She's practically married almost, like for real. Y'all can't talk to her.
What?
Like,
No.
what's up?
No. We're not about to let that slide. What did you just do?
What?
Huh?
Oh, you saw that?
Hell, yeah. I got premium vision.
What?
You missed it. Wait till the rollback.
Oh,
Wait
no.
till the time
This?
No.
Oh, no. You got surprise waiting on you in the edits. Just wait up. I ain't gonna
You
put up
weren't
there.
supposed to see that.
We all saw it.
That was for the audience.
What?
It was really for Babe, but you know.
I'm over here dumb. I missed the whole shit.
Oh, she did something.
She just did it just now.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so
Jesus.
it's
It's almost time to
so
wrap.
where do y'all thoughts be going? What do y'all be thinking about? Like, you used to be in the house every day. Like, I don't know. Like, what do y'all? What should be going through y'all head? Like,
God
damn,
Played
my
Drunk
lord.
Uno on Saturday.
yeah.
That was tight.
That's
Fuck no, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Drunk Uno is literally everything is a shot.
Like, don't get me
It
wrong.
is.
Don't get me wrong. When we talk about drinking games and successful drinking games, there should be a even balance between what you have to drink, right? So the games is like shot, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not trying to get drunk within 5 minutes and then the rest of the night I'm just like stuck.
But see, we don't do
We
it
got
like the Uno cards where it got the rules
Blank.
where you can make up your own rule.
Yeah.
So if you get that card, you gotta take a shot, and if
And
you
then
lose,
if
you
you
gotta take a
lose.
shot.
And so guess who kept losing?
No, everything. Yeah, she's not.
I
I
think the
sucked.
best drinking
I was
game.
fucked up.
I think the best drinking game of all time is Ring of Fire. I don't think there's any like or a King's Cup is what
Same
some
thing.
people call it. Yeah, like that. I actually wound up back in 2015 or 16. I actually wound up outside of my house naked because of that game. Like having a street type junk at night. Hopefully nobody saw me because
Man, you're a liar.
then people
like-
in the neighborhood knew me since I was like a
Somebody-
baby toddler.
Somebody's grandma was out there like
Oh my.
crazy, right?
Yeah, man.
Miss Johnson said hey to you real extra early in the morning. Hey, Brandon.
Hey,
Hey, Miss
Right.
Like,
Can you mow my lawn too?
your mom-
Shirtless in the summer.
You know what it is, a little hot out here.
Yeah, true.
But no, man. I used to host drinking games at the crib. Way back when I was living at Drake Manor, man. Y'all, I'm telling you,
I'm gonna tell you right
it
now.
was like everything goes.
I can create a better drinking game than all them. Stay tuned for that.
Oh, okay, all right. And developer coming up with more ideas. Oh, I just bought Jenga.
Yeah, no, I see. I'm like, matter of fact,
You got a new one.
drunk Jenga is lit
Drunk
too.
Jenga. Oh man, y'all not getting nobody a whole round.
Not in the way that you think of Jenga, like just using the blocks itself. Like it's a way to kind of do that.
I wanted to get a giant
no.
Jenga, but they didn't have it.
You gotta get that on like Amazon, stuff like that.
Oh, you can't get that at Walmart?
No, you're not gonna see a giant
Not
Jenga
the
off.
giant one.
Oh, okay.
Negative, my boy.
Gotcha.
But it's alright. It's alright.
Oh, you know what we didn't do? There was no quote of the day.
It wasn't. So you need to go ahead
Slip
and
in
pull
the
up.
loop.
Y'all, look, we damn near freestyle most of this podcast.
I mean, but give
No,
him.
but
We're not gonna give him a quote. Everybody gonna read Psalms 91.
Which we
I think
usually
it
do
fits with
freestyle
the-
every podcast. We just have topics.
Facts.
But quote of the day today: stay inside. Let's go with that right now. Stay inside. That's
What
the
about
message.
people who can't?
I mean, let's be honest, right? What have we been going outside for this last week, y'all?
For work.
Yeah, okay, you were.
Grocery shop.
Okay.
Essential stuff,
Mhm.
Yeah.
more or less.
But you gotta think like Okay, they're telling us to go inside. We still going to these grocery stores. It's damn near impossible to stay over 6 feet away from everybody.
Yo, do you wash your grocery bags and all your stuff?
Well, we wipe down like the milk cartons. We do our fruits and vegetables. We put our meat in vinegar.
Not like dog.
Oh, y'all don't do that?
Okay, so look.
Dr. Brown, y'all don't do that?
I mean, okay, look. Let's really.
This nigga.
Bro, I love when you start off with the looking halfway up in the ceiling. Bro, let's go.
All right.
First off,
come on.
Tevin talk. Let's go.
Most of the stuff like that we give in the grocery store, bro, the virus don't even last long enough on those products to be that level of cautious. Now, when you put everything up, it like in your refrigerator, all that stuff. By the time you actually get back to it, it's probably gone. And if you really even think about it, where does bacteria and viruses like live and thrive?
Okay, but think about this. You don't know somebody just digged in their nose and then touched on the milk carton that you decided to buy.
I feel you, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Like again, that's just me being like I don't know. Like I'm not.
That's why I
going overboard. I'm not about to sit here and wipe down.
That's why I pray when I wake up. I pray to make it home.
I'm about to say that's the same with your food. Yeah, like the same thing. You don't know what nobody did back there, but you don't go back there and be like, you know what? Let me clean off my steak.
Exactly.
Lord Jesus, thank you for the meal that prepared the food.
And mean that shit.
Yes, I'm not about to do this. Like, listen, I get it, but I'm not going crazy. I am not about to turn into a goddamn germaphobe.
You know what? Let me tell y'all something funny. So when this corona shit like really first came out and shit, me and baby went and got some food, and baby was like, man, I ain't gonna know. I don't know, man. That lady was kind of coughing and shit.
At a Chinese restaurant.
At a Chinese.
Oh, y'all went to the wrong place.
No. So we got home, and he was like, so you gonna eat it?
And I will defend you.
Nah, listen. So baby was like, so we gonna eat it? I was like, hell yeah, we gonna eat the shit. We just gonna pray and we gonna mean that shit, alright? We gonna mean the hell out of it.
We gonna mean it. So I ain't mean it all night.
Lord, we humbly come to you. Like, mean that.
I recently watched a video, and it's one of the channels I watched that just come out with mad educational stuff on everything. And it was pretty much talking about what if you didn't wash your hands for a year. And pretty much it was saying we house about 80 something bacteria on our hands, and just rinsing off with water that doesn't get off all of them off.
Of course
not.
By itself. So and so like a person alone could actually start a pandemic. Like if one person literally decides to not wash their hands for a whole year, all those bacteria would get mad resistances to mad stuff. It'd be on there, and you could actually start like something could mutate on you, and you could start a pandemic.
You know
by
how hard
yourself.
it would be. First of all, like I couldn't even imagine myself going like a long extended period without washing my hands.
Because even when you
take
take
a shower or something, like
the soap that you use.
Hey man, there's certain cultures, and I ain't gonna say who because I don't want to cause no controversy. There are certain people that are known for not washing their hands when they come out the bathroom.
Yeah.
Cold.
No, well, statistically, it's about 60-something% of people don't wash their hands in public restrooms.
That's disgusting. Wait, hold on. Do y'all
like
touch
most
the
people
handle?
don't. Huh?
Y'all touch the handle too?
If I can, I'll get a tissue.
Yeah, I think like
shit.
Oh no, I've been kicking.
I kicked the hell out of
What you gotta put?
Yo, I've been kicking doors open, bro. I've been kicking down doors. I'm telling you.
No, like I don't touch.
I've done that one time at the at Spin.
What?
I've tried to use my foot to.
I'm trying to tell you, I don't.
Wash your hands, grab the paper, dry your hands off, get you one more, open the door with that one, throw it away.
It's just not worth living life worried about stuff.
I'm not. That's what I'm saying.
It's not.
Be cautious. Take it.
Careful. Don't be nasty.
I'm not wiping everything down every 5 seconds miles. If that's the case, then hell,
Is this the same?
It's like okay, how are you tracking corona?
You lifestyle your phone.
But I mean, that's something I carry with me all the time.
Go in.
Yeah.
This is the most used thing.
Yeah, that's most things you touch, like you got a day. So that's different.
You supposed to waste on your phone.
I know somebody who actually
back up.
Fight with soap and water.
Nah, hell, nah,
That's a
that's
dumbass.
I mean, unless it's like waterproof.
His waterproof.
why
His
would
phone
you?
got water damage.
Huh?
After years of doing that shit, now his phone don't even turn on no more.
No, yeah, I'm saying if a phone was waterproof, you'd probably do that.
I mean, yeah, but it's even waterproof. It's a limit.
Yeah, it's like accident.
Okay, let's just pretend waterproof really means waterproof in this conversation.
But
It don't.
Let's pretend it means.
Say you got the phone in the toilet, you washing dishes and it fell in there. It's cool, but don't be submarine. I mean,
I'm not,
don't
yo.
do all that shit. Fuck your phone. What?
Never mind. Never mind. Y'all just pied my point.
It's okay, Brandon.
Nah,
We'll let you have your
It's
moment.
cool. Pied my point.
We'll let you have your
But
moment.
yeah, we've had a lot of quotables for the title to this.
Yeah, so I mean, it should really be
Fiction.
some part of a situation of phone at this point.
Okay, so y'all know how like 2020, every month has been different. January we had the bombs. February we had Kobe and Gigi Pop Smoke. March we got Corona. What y'all think April gonna bring?
I don't even want to.
Corona apparently was here in December, to be honest.
I mean,
But
yeah,
it
but
was-
blew up.
in the grand scheme of things.
It got
Yeah,
you
it
know.
went platinum in March.
Yes.
It was
So what y'all think April gonna bring? What y'all see the rest of 2020 looking like? Let me hear what y'all think. What's popping?
Well, let's look at the trajectory of things, right? Let's
All
see.
And how could you really say it?
You know what I mean? Because everything's gotten significantly worse per month. So
I'll
Exactly.
say this. One thing I'm really just worried mostly about is the heat this year. It's already reaching like 80 degrees. It's not even summer yet. I'm not looking forward to 100-degree weather almost every day.
Is it 80 already?
It's already
it's hit 80.
It's already
Couple
hit.
times.
I don't know. I don't go outside.
Well, bro,
It's okay.
you ain't missing.
You ain't missing nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried. I'm worried
This
about
is-
is heat, bro. I'm not wearing. I gotta stop eating junk food every day. Get this foothill so I get my body right again. So I can not wear a shirt, drive around, so I don't have to pass out.
It's bad. We know why you trying to go shirtless, but it's okay.
Y'all look. You let.
Johnson
Miss
outside.
Johnson's outside.
Just so y'all know, every summer, every year, I'll live life shirtless and only put shirts on when I walk in stores. I just feel like it's too hot to care about what other people will say.
Alright.
And
Get you a frosty freezer.
no, yeah, and look, I'm doing it because yes, I do feel confident in my looks. If I didn't, I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do it.
But no, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying, no, that's not the issue. It's just that's the real reason why you.
Yo.
If he hot outside, would you be like? I mean, you know what I mean?
No, bro. Yo, I lived in Florida for 5 years. That's what y'all gotta
What do got to
remember.
do with this?
What do you mean? What does Florida have to do? You haven't lived
If you
there.
can have a
Different
drop,
heat,
I mean, it is different.
That's
but
what I'm saying. And because I experienced that heat in Florida, I hate being uncomfortably hot, especially when it's humid. And you got pollen smacking you around all over the place. No, I don't want my shirt sticking to me.
So,
Like, no,
What type of shirt you got on, brother? That's sticking to you,
bro.
bro. Cotton breeze, man. My cotton breeze very well.
I sweat easy, yo. I sweat easy. Like,
it's okay.
for whatever reason, I sweat easy, to be honest.
Yeah.
Say we got up and did jumping jacks for 10 minutes,
Mhm.
I'll feel the coolness of my pores start to open. Like already. Not 10 minutes. Say we did like 30 seconds. Or
I said, nigga, who the fuck is doing jumping jacks for 10 minutes?
10 minutes, I'm tripping. 15, let's say 15
Your
seconds.
cat muscles is gonna be like, nigga.
Hey, y'all better grow too, mofos.
Oh yeah, I forgot you do have this thing about your cat muscles.
Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? It's a black person thing.
That's insulting.
No.
Damn, you just gonna put your insecurities out like that?
No, man. Look, we not gonna sit here and not act like calf muscles is a black man's issue, not a me issue. I feel like most other races have naturally nice calf. Yo, Tevin, stop. You got decent genetics, okay? Alright, bro. And you're a B blood type, meaning that you got more mixed in your genealogy. Somewhere in there you got some type of calf muscle genetic. I didn't get those mofos, okay? I've worked hard for every inch.
But you know what? As a kid, I really didn't know the difference in like really running, so I always ran on my toes. You know, like I even ran long distance for a long time on my toes, so I was always like
he was getting that contraction, man.
Yeah, so.
Shoot, he was getting that contraction. So, oh man, why did mom just like something on my Instagram page? Get off my Instagram page.
You gonna watch this like,
No, but my parents watched the podcast. My dad was scared to watch it.
Why?
He was so horrified. No, I'm talking about he was horrified to like, cause he, mind this, y'all, my dad is a pastor, right? He pastors a church in Fort Lauderdale. I'm a rebellious child. I was a rebellious child growing up.
Okay.
As well as we've argued a lot, me and him, and we have a good relationship. You know what I'm saying? Love you, Dad. But he just knows how, I guess, unfiltered I can be sometimes. And so just be afraid, you know, he's big on the Meijah name and all that stuff. And of course I am too, you know. But, you know, he has a certain type of prestigiousness about him a little bit more.
I didn't know you was a PK.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Well, don't
you're
think
running around
that
here
up,
shirtless and stuff. I didn't know.
What does that mean? I can't love Jesus and walk around shirtless?
No, I'm just saying.
Jesus is shirtless.
Exactly. Let's stop.
Hey, hold on.
Black Jesus for one, not the Western
Let's not
European stuff.
start this now. We're almost done. Save the controversy for next week.
Lord mercy. Shout outs to Brandon's parents.
No, but they love it. My mom.
Mr. Meijah.
Yo, honestly, it felt good
That's
because
Meijah.
my mom was like.
All respect to you.
Dang, I feel bad for calling him a pimp named Meijah, man.
Oh no, y'all stop. For one,
I know.
For one, y'all not.
Not pops.
For one, we're not changing nothing about the podcast, okay? Like I said, I told my parents tune at your own risk, but they like it. It was actually really cool because my mom was telling me how certain things we were talking about actually was helping with some of her life situations. And it was really touching just when she said she got something from me that I said, where it was like, at the end of the day, I think that's a quote I said, at the end of the day, you'll always be going through, somebody will always be going through something more than you, but doing something more. And that was something that really like touched her. So I don't know, it just feels good when like you can have a platform, say your parent chimes in or somebody you admire or whatever, and they can pull something from that, you know?
Yeah, you know, I mean, that's simple, you know, fact that you can learn something from anybody at any age.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know what I mean, just to be here and to be your authentic self and tell people your truth, somebody can agree and really resonate with that truth. So, I mean, to use a platform to reach certain levels of people with that, you know, with your stories and your pains and your passions and your struggles or whatever, like that's really what, you know, being on a podcast like this is about.
And this is all equally our platform, by the way, just so y'all know. But yeah, man, so that was dope. But it's funny. My dad was afraid, like watching his whatever craziness might come out of my mouth would probably throw his entire day off.
No.
They ready to go, y'all. They ready to go. You can see it. They tired. They looking at me.
Me and Baby gotta go get some cheesecake and cheese.
Bye. Excellence is understatement.
Is that a cold?
No, I'm kidding.
Cheesecake and cheese.
Is that like cold or something? Oh, get me out of here. I hate it.
Now we gotta go to Marriott down and get some cheesecake, man. They cheesecakes be busting.
Nah, yeah, but shoot, closing remarks. How y'all doing? We good? We out?
We're out.
Deuces.
Peace. Love.
Excellence is Understatement Podcast.
Coronavirus.
Bah!
Shit is real.